today's class is going to be quite gentle, hip opening and a couple of twists as well. If you have blocks, then you could get one. One would be enough, you don't necessarily need two. And also if you have a belt, a yoga belt, if you could get that, or if you don't have a yoga belt, you can just get a scarf or the belt of your bathrobe or a towel or an old t-shirt. And actually if you could get two of those, because you're going to be doing seated forward folds, and there we could use two belts. And just FYI, I still have a bit of a sprained ankle, so some poses I'm amending for myself a little bit. And on that note, if you have any injuries or any poses that you find uncomfortable or any poses that you just don't like, then amend or swap them out, or just go into child's pose or sit down or into mini shavasana during the time. This is your yoga practice, it's your yoga class. I'm giving you ideas and options for movements, but what you do in the end is your choice. Look after yourself and listen to your body. Thank you. Oh yeah, once you're ready, just sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. I'm also getting a cushion again for my ankle. And if you have anything, maybe for your knees or anything that you need something to cushion your joints on the floor, then please get something. Brilliant. And and I've still got a little bit of a sore ankle, so when we're in down dog, I'll just come onto tabletop. Now you guys know what you're doing, so it should be fine. Alright, so we're going to start in seated position. Here you could also get a cushion and a pillow, and you could sit on it if you prefer that, just to lift yourself up a little bit. You could sit in half lotus if that feels good, or just easy cross-legged. I think for full lotus it's a bit early. And we want to sort of try to get our shoulders over our hips so that we sit nice and upright. Nothing uncomfortable. We're going to roll our shoulders up, back and down, opening our chest by doing that, placing our hands on our knees or on our thighs with our palms facing up, further opening our chest by having the palms face the ceiling. Have a big breath in, maybe sighing on the out breath. Maybe one more like that. Inhale through the nose and sigh out through the mouth, and exhale and sigh. And now coming to a slow, gentle, steady breath. In and out through the nose. Sitting nice and tall, chin slightly tucked so you've got a nice flat neck. Face relaxed, no tension between your eyes. No tension on the forehead, just really relaxed. And breathing here. Noticing where you're feeling your breath. Using your breath as an anchor throughout this yoga practice. Always coming back to this point of focus. Being present with your breath. Leaving everything behind that has come before. Leaving everything, not thinking about things that are about to come. Breathing. Feeling the movement in your body. As we inhale, the body lengthens. As we exhale, the body sinks deeper into our seat, into the floor. On the inhale, we feel our abdomen rise, abdomen expand like a balloon that is having air blown into it. On the exhale, our abdomen deflates, belly button moves towards our spine. Inhale, the abdomen expands, our lungs fill. Exhale, we're pushing that air out, not necessarily with force, but just automatically. Inhale, we're also feeling our ribs move apart, getting wider. And exhale, we're feeling our ribs move together. Inhale, as our ribs move apart, our diaphragm moves down, allowing our lungs to fill. As we exhale, the ribs move together, the diaphragm contracts a bit and presses the air out of the lungs. Inhale, we're also feeling our chest rise, our collarbones rise, as we fill our upper lungs with air. And exhale, chest lowers, our shoulders lower a little bit and sink down. Inhale, the chest, the collarbones, our shoulders rise a little bit, we're getting taller. And exhale, chest sinks, and we relax. Take a few more breaths in your own time, now noticing the entire movement of your body as you breathe. Feeling your belly move out, your ribs move apart, and your chest rise as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, your chest, your shoulders move down, your ribs together, and your abdomen, your belly button towards your spine. A few more breaths in your own rhythm. And at the end of your next exhale, gently blink your eyes open. Lovely. And to do a little bit of mobilization seated, so we're staying where we are. And we're going to start by doing a nice side stretch. So for that, similar, pretty much what we did last week. So we're going to inhale, we're sitting nice and tall, in our easy cross-legged. We're going to inhale, raising our right arm up, and exhale, the left hand is next to us, and maybe sliding that left hand a little on the floor, and we're reaching with that right hand, feeling the stretch in the side body. Exhale, inhale, and on the exhale, we're pushing into the ground. Inhale, we're raising that left hand up. Exhale, we're sliding to the side. Right hand on the floor now, reaching with the top hand. Inhaling here. Exhale, we're pressing into the right hand, we're coming up again, and we're switching over. One breath here, exhale. Inhale, reaching with the right hand, and exhale, we're pressing into the ground, we're coming up, other side. Inhale, we're stretching, left hand feeling that side stretch in the body, looking towards the top hand, or just looking straight ahead. And on the next exhale, we're pressing into the ground, we're coming over, and one more where we're staying for a little bit longer. Breathing here. Maybe opening our chest a little bit to the room, so stacking our shoulders on top of each other, if that feels good. Looking to the right hand, stretching as if you're trying to reach the wall or something that is, imagine you're trying to grab or touch something that's just out of reach. If it doesn't feel good looking at your hand, at your palm, just look straight ahead. Whatever feels good for your neck. Inhale, we're lengthening, and exhale, we're sinking. Staying with your breath, inhale, Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, we're pushing into our hand and we're coming up. Lovely. Other side. Inhale, we're stretching with that left hand. And again, maybe seeing if we can open our chest a little bit here. Stacking our shoulders on top of each other. Reaching for that thing that is just out of reach. Looking at the hand or straight ahead. Feeling the length on the inhale in the left side body. And also feeling the contraction on the right side body. Inhale, we lengthen, we stretch. Exhale, we sink deeper maybe or not. Try to have both sit bones in contact with the ground. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale here. And exhale, we're pressing into the hand and we're coming into center. Lovely, guys. All right, we're doing a little twist now. So we're going to place our right hand on the left knee. Left hand and 10 fingers behind our glutes. And inhale, we're stretching up. Exhale, we're twisting over, looking over our shoulder, but not leading with the head. We're leading with the shoulder, twisting out of the hip. Inhale. And exhale, we're releasing the twist. We're coming through center. We're placing our left hand on our right knee, the right hand in our 10 fingers behind our glutes. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale, we twist. We're looking over our shoulder. Not leading with the head, twisting from the hip, from the shoulder. Inhale, and exhale, we're releasing that twist. Lovely. Other side, right hand on the left knee, or if you want, you can try to place the back of your hand against the outside of the knee. Left hand again behind your glutes, and inhale, we stretch, lengthen, exhale, we twist. And as you twist, if you have the back of your hand against your knee, you could try to reach your fingertips to the ground. Just as an idea, they don't have to touch. Twisting that way more from the right shoulder this time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we'll come through center, releasing the twist. Other side, again, left hand on the right knee or the outside of the left hand against the outside, the back of the left hand against the outside of the left knee. Right hand behind the glutes. Inhale, we lengthen, we sit up tall. Exhale, we stretch and maybe slide the back of the hand down past the knee. Stretching from the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're releasing that stretch. Lovely. Let's do one more just because we've done 3 of the others. So right hand, left knee, or back of the hand against the outside of the knee. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we twist, looking over the shoulder. And let's stay here for a tiny bit longer. With every inhale, we lengthen, and with the exhale, we see if we can twist a tiny bit more, but stay comfortable. Don't move past your point of comfort today. Doesn't matter if you did more last week. Inhale, lengthen once more. Exhale, if it feels good, maybe twist a little more. Stay here for one breath, wherever you are. Don't go any further. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale, we release. Coming to center. Beautiful, guys. Alright, we're placing our left hand on the right knee or the outside of the back of the hand against the outside of the knee. Right hand behind us. Inhale and exhale, we twist. Maybe again, if the back of your hand is against the knee, sliding that hand down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, if you wish, twist a little more. And inhale. And exhale. And if you twist it any more with the breath, let's just stay where we are now for one breath. Staying with the breath, feeling where you feel your twist, whether it's different from one side to the other. And with the next exhale, we're releasing our twist and we're coming to center. Lovely. Let's do a very gentle forward fold here. So same with our cross-legged, and we're just going to walk our hands out in front of us. If you want, you can bring your elbows down on the ground. If that's not possible, then just have the elbows hover. Whatever feels good. We're very early on in the practice. And just breathe here for a few breaths. Inhale again, feel how your body lengthens. Exhale, feel how your muscles relax, and maybe you can sink a tiny bit further. Inhale, exhale. Next inhale, we're going to look up, we're pressing a little into our hands and walking our hands back now, very gently. As we're sitting cross-legged, we're just going to switch our feet over now so that the other foot is in front. Still very, very gentle cross-legged. Inhale, we're going to start walking our hands out in front of us. And again, bring your elbows down if you can, if you want, but no need. It's very early on. And breathing here. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in and out through the nose. Again, maybe briefly checking into your body and noticing how this side feels different to the previous side. Maybe it doesn't. That's okay too. And if it does, that's fine as well. Inhale, exhale. One more breath here. Now with the next inhale, pressing into our hands, looking up, and we're slowly walking our hands back. Lovely. We're going to come into a tabletop position, so if you had a cushion, you just move that to the side. And we're coming into tabletop. Knees hip width apart, toes untucked or tucked, whatever feels good to you. No, I don't know. I generally like to have them untucked, but I probably will switch between it with my ankles today. We can actually switch between it in cat-cow today. But first we're going to do our wrist mobilization briefly. So we're bringing our hands under our shoulders, hands shoulder width apart. And we're just going to rock forward and back. Not too much, just putting a little bit of weight into our wrists and rocking back, forward. You can go as much, you could push into a little child's pose if you wanted, and forward and almost like a little bit of a plank, or just tiny, tiny rocks, whatever feels good to you. So a couple more here, waking our wrists up, not injuring them, just waking them up in preparation for our class. Really nice as we sit so much at our desks and play with our phones, just to release our hands. Alright, at the end of the next one, we're coming into center, into stillness. And now we're going to turn our hands in. So we're turning the hands in so that the thumb is sort of outside, rotating out the hand. So the thumb is pointing to the outside edge of the mat. And the fingers are pointing to our knees. We're going to rock back very, very gently. This is quite intense. Bring your knees in a little bit as well, and just stretching the inside of your arms. Whew, feeling quite tough today on me. Be pressing the fingers wide, fingers like a starfish, thumbs into the ground as well. If you want, you can move back so that the heels of your hands come off the mat, or you can press them into the ground, whatever feels good today. So a few more rocks here, very gently. You see, I'm barely moving, but I definitely feel it. And at the end of this rock, let's come into stillness, into center, and let's place our hands back how they were, very gently. And we're now going to do one hand at a time. I'm going to place the back of the hand on the mat, so the fingers are pointing to the knees again, thumb is pointing to the inside of the mat, and the palm is facing us. And now we're going to rock here one hand at a time. Very gently now stretching the outside of the arm, the outside of the wrist. Very unusual movement. Also the fingers are again really spread wide, trying to have all fingers in contact with the mat, even the sort of side of the thumb fingertip. Very gently. And coming into stillness after the last that rock, placing that hand back how we normally have it in our tabletop and doing it on the other side. So again, back of the hand on the mat, thumb pointing to the inside, palm facing our face and fingers nice and wide. And we're rocking here. Very gently, careful, but still a movement that we normally don't do, so it is going to be uncomfortable, but there's a difference between discomfort, slight discomfort from the stretch, and pain. Just be really careful, and if you don't know whether it's discomfort from the stretch or pain, then it's probably better to just stop and err on the side of caution. Okay, and after this one, I'm going to place the hand down again, how I just had them. One moment here in tabletop. Let's just sit on our heels for a moment, sit kneeling and just shake our hands out. And maybe make fists and then do circles one way with the arms out in front of us and then circles the other way. Lovely, really nice. This is another shake. The shaking and the wrist circles is another stretch you can do when you're sitting at your desks. Let's come back to tabletop. So hands on the shoulders, fingers spread wide, wrists, elbows and shoulders are in line, knees are hip width apart and under our hips. And we're going to, with the inhale and in cow, we're going to tuck our toes today as well. So tucking our toes and arching our back. Inhale, maybe bending those elbows a tiny bit as well, shoulder blades together, looking up. Exhale. We're pointing our toes, rounding our back, chin to chest, shoulder blades apart. Inhale, we're coming into our cow, we're tucking the toes again, looking up to the top corner of the room, shoulder blades together, really arching the back, bum to the ceiling, shoulders to the ceiling, belly to the ground. Exhale, we're pushing the ground away, untucking those toes, pushing the ground away as if we're trying to make us fly. Really squeezing all the air out of our lungs, pelvis tucked, chin to chest, looking to our belly. Inhale, we're tucking those toes again, looking to the top corner of the room, arching the spine, feeling the stretch in our throat. Exhale, we're untucking the toes, we're pointing them back, pushing the shoulders blades apart. Shoulder blades away, shoulders away from the ears, chin to chest, squeezing the air out. Inhale, cow, tucking the toes. Exhale, pointing the toes, pushing the ground away into our angry cat. One more, cow, toes tucked. And exhale, pointing the toes for cat. At the end of the exhale, come into tabletop. Lovely. We're going to come into center, neutral back. We're going to tuck our toes, and we're going to gently lift our knees off the floor and come into a downward dog. Downward dog, we're pressing into our hands. Fingers are pointing forward, middle fingers pointing forward. Arms are straight, the eyes of the elbows are facing each other. Shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades pushing apart. Flat back, if that means you have to bend your knees a little bit, that is totally fine. Feet are hip width apart, feet are pointing forward and feet are parallel to the side of the mat. Don't want your heels to come together or push apart too much. Your heels are aiming to get to the mat. If that's not possible now, that's fine. It's early on, the first down dog. But just the aim is just the direction is to pull your heels towards the mat. Stay here for one breath to know how we set up our down dog as we move through the class. Your drishti, your focus point when you're looking, is the space between your big toes. And with the next inhale, we're going to slowly start to walk our feet towards our hands. Baby steps, and we're stopping with our feet behind our hands, about a hand width behind them. Just going to hang here. You can grab opposite elbows with hands and just hang here. Maybe knees a little bit bent, just gently and maybe swaying from side to side. Very nice. Maybe hear your bones or your joints crack as we're starting to get moving. Feel gravity pull you down. Nice feeling. Really, I find this quite enjoyable, especially today. Alright, letting go of our elbows if we took them. Some hands on the ground. We're bending our knees. We're bringing our chin to our chest. We're going to roll up, and our head will be the last thing that lifts. So the chin is lifting last from our chest. So tuck in here. We're slowly coming up. First from the back, and then we're starting to straighten our legs gently. Arms are still hanging. We're rolling through our back, middle back, upper back. Coming to our shoulders, and we're lifting our head up, our chest. Wonderful, very nice. All right, we're going to come to the front of our mat, and we're going to come to Tadasana, or mountain pose. So for that, you can either do that with your feet hip width apart, if that feels better for you, if you've got better stability. I'm going to do that throughout the class, or bring your feet together. If you bring your feet together, or even if your feet are hip width apart, we're going to lift our toes off the ground, off the mat, spread them wide so we can see our mat through our toes, and then we're going to try and lower them one at a time. So lowering the little toes first, then the fourth toe, the middle toe, the second toe, and then the big toe. So we can see a little bit of mat through the gaps between our toes. I quite like to lift my heels at this point as well, and then bring them down. So we want really nice firm grounding. We also are going to tuck our pelvis a little bit and engage our lower belly. Really nice, firm lower body to keep our back safe as we go in and out of forward folds. Going to roll our shoulders up, back and down, palms facing forward. By rolling the shoulders back and down, you bring your shoulder blades together a little bit, and by that movement, your palms are facing forward already. Going to stand tall and again tucking the chin just a tiny bit up, really nice flat neck. And looking forward. One breath here. Maybe even closing the eyes. Challenging our balance just by closing the eyes and standing. And on the next inhale, we're going to raise our arms up overhead, bring the palms together or leaving the hands shoulder width apart if that feels better. Exhale, engaging our core, flat back, folding down. Hands either side of our feet, bending the knees if you have to. Forward to shin, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, we're looking down, looking straight down ahead of us. Nice flat back. Someone could put a tray with champagne glasses on your back. Half forward fold. Hands down, we're stepping back with the right foot. And we're lowering our knee here and untucking the toes. Let's just stay in this low lunge for one breath. Opening our hips a little bit. Tucking the toes again, lifting the right knee up and stepping back with the left knee into our plank. In plank, shoulder blades are pulling, pushing apart, shoulders away from the ears, and heels are pushing back. We're engaging our core. Inhale, and on the exhale, we're lowering down our knees, chest and chin, and we're coming down into Ashtangasana, 8-point pose. The bum is up in the air. Lovely. Inhale, sliding forward into Cobra. We're untucking the toes. Elbows are into the body, chest is off the ground. Hands around the shoulders, we're looking ahead. Nice little baby back bend. And exhale, we're tucking the toes and we're pushing into our downward dog. Maybe you have to step your feet in a little bit. Sometimes the downward can be a little bit long. Pushing into the hands, looking towards the toes, flat back, maybe aiming those heels down to the mat. Staying here for a few breaths. Staying connected with your breath in and out through the nose, especially in down dog, reconnecting. And the next inhale is stepping our right foot between our hands. We're lowering our left knee, untucking the toes. Again in this low lunge. And we're going to, if this is uncomfortable in your knees somewhere, you could put a cushion or a blanket or something under your knee. We're going to come up here for a moment. So nice like sort of knee on the ground lunge. We're going to do a little twist. So inhale, we're reaching our left arm up. And exhale, we're placing the left elbow outside the right knee. If you want, you can bring your right hand on top of the left hand and have a little prayer here. And twist here for a moment. Really nice, guys. Looking to the side or just looking to the ground if that's more comfortable for your neck. Feeling our twist, feeling how we're opening our hip. Pushing elbow against knee, and knee or thigh, and thigh against elbow. One more breath, inhale, and exhale, releasing the twist, maybe releasing the right hand first, and left hand. We're going to bring both hands, again, either side of the right foot. We're tucking the left foot, lifting the left knee. Inhale and exhale, we're stepping forward. Inhale, hands to shins for a half forward fold, looking down. Exhale, hands to the ground, full forward fold, Uttanasana. And as we inhale, engaging the abs and coming up with flat back. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. Let's do that again on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down, engaging our core. Folding down. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins, looking down. Exhale, hand down. We're stepping back with the left foot this time. Lowering the knee, untucking the toes. Again, you could place a pillow under your knee here, or a blanket. Or you can just flip over your mat, have double layer off your mat. Stay in this low lunge. Inhale, exhale. We're tucking our left toes, we're lifting the knee, and we're stepping back with the right foot into our plank. Pushing the ground away, shoulder blades apart, heels away. We're creating width by pushing the shoulder blades apart and length by pulling our heels back. Inhaling here and exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, we're sliding into our Cobra, untucking the toes, lifting the chest off the ground, elbows into the body, looking forward. And as we're doing our sun salutations, the sun's coming out. Exhale, we're pressing into the ground, at least here in London where I am. Maybe stepping the feet in a little bit and coming into our down dog. Fingers spread nice and wide, middle fingers pointing forward, eyes of the elbows facing each other. And breathing here, nice flat back, bending the knees if you need to or want to. Breathing here, connecting with our breath in and out through the nose. And with the next inhale, we're stepping the left foot between the hands. We're lowering our right knee and tucking the toes. And again, cushion under the knee if you need to or want to. Going to come up. I'm going to quickly pull the plank down. Didn't expect this. All right. All right. We're coming up. We're going to this time reach our right arm up. Okay, place the right knee, elbow outside the left knee, so just above the knee by the thigh. If you want, you can press your left hand into the right hand and have this twist here. Maybe pulling the left elbow back a little bit. Ensure that we're still bending in that front leg. Breathing here. Really nice, guys. And on the next inhale, we're going to release this twist. We're going to place our hands again either side of the front foot. And we're going to tuck the right toes, lift the knee. Inhale, and on the exhale, stepping forward, feet together. Inhale, hands to shins, half forward fold, looking down. Exhale, hands to the ground, palms to the ground, full forward fold. Inhale, engaging the Cobra, coming up. Exhale, hands down. Lovely. Really nice. We're going to do that again, and this time, if you want, you can stay in a high lunge, so with the knee off the ground, or low lunge, whatever feels nicer. Right? Tadasana, maybe lifting our toes off the ground again, placing them down, spread wide, lifting the heels. And inhale, arms up. As you bring the arms together, also pull the shoulders down. You don't want to have the arms up and shrug your shoulders down. Pull the shoulders down. Exhale, folding down, full forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half forward fold, hands either to shins or fingertips to the ground if that feels good. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with the right foot. And we're going to either, you can bring your knee down and untuck the toes, or you can stay in this high lunge with your hands on the ground, with your knee in the air. If your knee's in the air of the right leg, the back leg, don't droop the knee too much, really engage the whole leg. Inhale, stay here for a moment, really feeling that hip opening, that strength in the legs. All right. Inhale, exhale, we're stepping back with the left leg into our plank. Pushing the ground away, inhale and plank, and exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, sliding into Cobra. Hands on the shoulders, shoulder blades together, shoulders away from the ears, toes pointing back. If you want, you can raise your hands off the ground for a moment if you can, and try to keep the height, working our back muscles. One breath here, or with the hands on the ground. And exhale. Inhale, coming into our Cobra again. Exhale, tucking the toes, pushing back into our down dog. Stepping the feet in a little bit if you need to. Pushing back. Breathing here. Coming back to our breath, reconnecting with ourselves. On the next inhale, we're going to step our right foot in between our hands. Again, if you want, keeping that back leg, the left leg up now. Inhale. We're going to come up into a high lunge this time. We're going to do our twist, so with our knee off the ground. We're going to do our twist now in this high lunge, or you can just do it again in your low lunge. Inhale, we're raising the left hand up. Exhale, we're twisting over, left elbow outside the right knee. Placing the right hand on top of the left hand, if that feels good. If not, you can just, you could even use it as a little help for balance here and have the hand on the ground and just twist like that. Inhale. Exhale, we twist. Great, good. Really good work, guys. Stay as long as you want. If you want to come out earlier, that's fine. Just come maybe into a child's pose. I'm going to stay for 2 more breaths here. And the inhale, we release. Come back into a high lunge for a moment, maybe raising your arms to the ceiling. Really good. Strong legs. And exhale, we're placing the hands down either side of the front foot, but stepping forward with the left foot, feet together, or hip width apart, whatever feels good. Hands to shins or fingertips to mat for a half forward fold. And exhale, we're folding down. Full forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, we're engaging the core, we're coming up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to heart. Really nice. Alright, maybe one more time, lifting our toes up. Coming into our wonderful Tadasana. Shoulders back. Inhale. Sorry. Put the heating on and now it's getting warm that we're getting moving. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding down. Full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, hands down. We're stepping back with the left foot this time. Staying in our high lunge but with the hands on the ground. Pulling those left heel, that left heel back and engaging the left knee, not drooping the knee. We're really engaging both legs here. Breathing here. Strong legs, feeling how the legs work. Theoretically, your hands are on the ground, but they don't really hold that much weight. You should be able to lift your hands and keep the same pose. Very nice. And as we step back into our plank, try not to move your body at all. You're moving your foot, obviously, the right foot back, but try not to shift the weight. So inhale, exhale, stepping back, we're pulling the foot back. Lovely. One breath in, plank, inhale, and exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, sliding forward into Cobra. Staying in Cobra for a breath or two. Again, if you want, you could raise your hands off the mat to work your back. Breathing here, inhale, exhale. Hands on the ground, inhale, Cobra. Exhale, we're tapping the toes. We're pushing back. Stepping the feet in a little bit in down dog if you want to or need to. Pushing back here. Heels pushing to the ground. Shoulder blades apart, shoulders away from the ears. Hands really working in the ground. And your whole hand is pushing down. Your knuckles, the palm of your hand. Fingers, it's not just the wrist that is holding the weight. Alright, with the next inhale, we're stepping our left foot in between our hands. I'm going to come up into a high lunge. If we're losing our balance here, that's fine. It is a balancing pose. And let's challenge our balance more by doing a little twist. So inhale, reaching the right arm up now. Exhale, bringing the right elbow outside the left knee, just above the knee, not pressing against the knee, but above the knee and the thigh. Maybe bringing our palms together. Inhale and exhale, we twist, staying here for a few breaths. You can do all of that also in a low lunge if you prefer. Staying here. On the next inhale, we're releasing our twist and we're coming into a high lunge for a breath or two. Arms to the ceiling. Really bending from the left hip here, pulling the right heel back, right leg straight. Really strong legs, lovely. And exhale, hands down, stepping the right foot forward between the left, next to the left. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, engaging the abs and coming up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fantastic, lovely guys. Going to do a pose, couple of poses now from the front of the mat before we move down to the ground. we are going to step back with, let's step back with the right foot and not too far, sort of like halfway in your mat, and you want to have the foot point towards the front corner of your mat. So not parallel to the short edge of your mat, but sort of pointing to the front of the mat, if that's comfortable. With my ankle today, I'm going to leave it parallel to the back, so just feel into your body what feels good or not. And we're going to do a twisted triangle, so a little twisty today. We're going to place our left hand on our hip. Going to try, or actually place both hands on our hips, and we're going to try to square our hips and shoulders to the front. So we're facing, and actually by doing that, you're going to feel that your the back foot is actually moving and is angling towards the front. If that's uncomfortable, you could come onto the tiptoe. And now we're going to inhale, reach, stretch the right arm out, and reach forward. If you have a block, I should have said that actually, place that next to your left foot. So if you reach forward, then you bring your right hand down. You can either bring it onto your calf, off the left leg, or on the block outside your left. So we're twisting here. And if you want now, you could reach your left arm up. So your left arm points up, your right arm points down. But you could also leave it on your lower back or on your hip if that's more comfortable. Lovely. Breathing here, working that balance again, twisting and the strength in our legs. Alright, and with the next inhale, we're going to bring that left arm down, hand on the hip. Exhale here, inhale, we're pushing up, coming back up. And we're going to exhale, step forward. Lovely. I'm going to step out with the left foot now. Feet are pointing forward, not pigeon-toed towards the outside edges of the mat, but forward. We're going to do a little wide-legged forward fold here, which we're going to do seated as well. Again, you could actually keep your block if you have one. Place that down in front of you. And inhale, hands on our hips. And exhale. Inhale here, little, maybe bend back a tiny bit, and exhale with flat back, with folding from our hip. And we can bring our hands either to the ground, or you can place your hands on your block. Whatever you prefer. You could also bring your block to one of the upright, or on the shorter edge, or flat down. Whatever feels good. And we're breathing here. Really nice. Okay, on inhale, we're looking up, we're pressing into our hands. Exhale, hands onto our hips. And inhale, we're coming up with a flat back. Lovely. Wonderful. We're stepping our feet back together, and we're going to do twisted triangle, Parivrtta Konasana on the other side. I'll do it from here so you can see me. Just have to remember what we did. Okay, we're going to, if you want to use the block, you can bring the block to the outside of your right foot. We're going to step back with the left foot now. And again, sort of halfway to the mat. We're going to place our hands on our hips, and your feet are sort of on train tracks. So your feet are not in line so that they're one behind the other, like so. Yeah, like that. But they're sort of a bit apart, like train tracks. That will help you square your hips. Okay, so now that we've got our feet in the right position, placing our hands on our hips, and we're going to try to bring our hips to be parallel with the front edge of the mat, and our shoulders to be over it. Lovely. Inhale, raising the left hand up. Exhale, so if we're being pulled forward on our hand, and we're bringing it either on our shin or on our block that we've placed on the right, outside of the right foot. The right hand can stay on your hip or on your lower back, or you could raise that right hand up. I'm breathing here. You can also bring the hand actually under your left shoulder if it's really difficult to balance here. Alright, bring that right hand onto our hip again. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, we're calming up. Great, we're stepping back forward. Well done. I'm going to do one more of our wide-legged forward folds. So stepping out wide, feet pointing forward. Again, if you want to have your block, you can place that under your face-ish. Hands to shins. Not hands to shins, sorry, hands on hips. Jeez. Inhale, opening the chest, puffing the chest a little bit. And exhale, we're folding down, nice flat back. And hands either on the block or on the ground under our face. We're going to bring our right hand right under our face now. Straightening that right arm, and inhale, we're going to twist open. We're going to reach that left arm up to the ceiling. Fantastic, exactly like that. Breathing here. Feeling a bit of stretch. I feel it in my inner thigh. Breathing here. Alright, inhale and exhale. We're releasing the left hand. We're now placing the left hand under our face where our right hand just was. Exactly, and twist open to the other side. Breathing here. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Breathing slowly and intentionally. Alright, we're bringing our right hand back down. Pressing into the hands, flat back. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to hips. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. We're coming up with a flat back. Coming up. Back to standing. Lovely. We're going to step our feet back together. We're going to come down to seated. Let's move through a vinyasa. Keep on moving. So coming back to the front of our mat. Feet together, lifting the toes, placing them down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, we're folding down. Uttanasana. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with whichever foot you prefer. Plank. And exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, sliding forward into Cobra. Exhale, lifting up into down dog. And we're bringing our knees down and down dog. Coming to brief child's pose for one breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we're pulling our hands under our shoulders. And exhale, we're pressing up. Coming to kneeling position. And now we're going to slide down to the side and sit up with our legs stretched out in front of us. Alright. Legs are in front of us. Wonderful. We're going to do our Parsvottanasana again, the mother of all forward folds, or seated forward folds. So if you want, you could bring a cushion again to sit on, to just lift yourself. That might help a little bit with sitting with a nice straight back. Or if you want, you could just, you don't need it if you don't need that. And here, if you want to get your belts ready now, because belts, scarves, bathrobe, belts, towels, whatever you have, and just place them so I can reach them. And if you don't have them, don't worry at all either, because if you want to reach, you can also always just bend your knees a little bit and make the pose accessible like that. If you want to use a belt, place the belt around the balls of your feet here in front. slide along your belt so that you're sitting nice and tall, really nice straight back here. And we inhale and exhale, we're pulling a little bit on our belt. We're coming back with coming down with a really nice flat back. You're hinging from your hip like a door. Don't want to pull on your belt and pull your head down and hunch the shoulders up. Want to keep the chest nice and open. Inhale, exhale, and pulling down here. And obviously walk your hands down your belt a little bit. And we're staying here for a couple of breaths. Really nice, guys. Breathing here, feeling the stretch in our hamstrings, in our lower back. Always only going as far as we find comfortable today. And on the next inhale, we're going to look up. Exhale, sliding down our belt, and we're releasing the belt. Okay, we're going to do our wide leg forward fold now. So bringing your legs as wide as you can. Doesn't have to, if it's that, then that's great. And here actually, sitting on a cushion might be really nice as well, because with the wide leg forward fold, what often happens that when you sit there, you sort of collapse into your lower back a little bit. And by sitting on a cushion, you can actually sit with a straighter back, if that makes sense. And now you can either, going to do this wide leg forward fold, you can either just place your hands on your thighs or on your calves. I wouldn't say like grab your knees, but just maybe just below your knees if you can reach there. Inhale, and then we come down again with a nice flat back, so not hunching over. Or if you wanted to, again use belts and place them around each leg, hence why we would need two, and whoop, hold like that, and then pull like this. So that can be quite fun, but whatever feels alright. So let's maybe do it without belts. Maybe not all of you have them. Inhale, sitting nice and tall. And exhale, we're sliding down and we're grabbing wherever we can grab, and we stay there. Breathing gently. Really nice. This is, I think, a really challenging pose. Sometimes you see people who get their chest on the ground, which is fantastic, but if you can't, you're doing the pose just as well. Each in our own ability and how we feel that day. You want to have your toes point to the ceiling though, so your feet are doing yoga too. Or sort of maybe, sort of, yeah, a little bit relaxed, not pointing too hard. Alright, and the next inhale, we're looking up, and exhale, we're coming up a little bit. I'm going to do this now. Now a belt would be great, but again, if you don't have one, you can just grab your leg. I'm going to do one leg at a time. And put again the belt around, if you have one, around the ball of our foot. We're going to, rather than facing our chest between our legs, we're going to twist and have our chest face over our leg. You can see that quite nicely. Obviously as much as possible. And grabbing a belt, if we have one. Inhale, really facing our chest over that foot, like we're looking at the foot. Twisting from our hip, from our shoulder. Inhale and exhale, pulling down, but again, nice flat back, keeping the chest open. Looking towards our big toe as our focus point, as a drishti. Coming as deep or as not so deep as you want. On the inhale, we're looking up. Exhale, we're sliding up that rope, or we're sliding up our leg. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, sitting with our legs nice and wide. Bringing our belt around the ball of our foot if we have one, or we just grab our calf or our thigh. Again, pointing our chest over that straight leg. Inhale and exhale, we're pulling gently. We're not yanking at the rope, we're just using at the belt. We're just using it as a help to get deep. Breathing in and out through the nose. Keeping that other leg engaged, not flopping it. Toes pointing to the ceiling, not having a fall in or out. Alright, great. Inhale, we're looking up, and exhale, we're sliding along. Bringing our legs together. Move your belts now, I don't think we need them anymore. Nice hug on knees in. Lovely. Releasing here. And if you're sitting on a cushion, you can move the cushion. We're going to come to our backs now. We're going to use if you have blocks, you get them ready, sort of in next to your mat. Having a look what's going to come. Okay, great. Alright, so let's lie on our backs gently, coming down. And we're going to have our feet on the floor, and actually let's bring our knees in and give ourselves a little hug here. Maybe rocking from side to side, massaging our lower back, massaging the kidneys a little bit. Really nice. And coming to center and stillness. And we're placing our hands on our knees, and we're going to make circles. So we're opening our knees, bringing our knees maybe towards our armpits a little bit. Then we're bringing our knees away from us and together. We're making nice circles here. Maybe keeping our tip to the big toes together the whole time, if possible. If not, move how it feels good to you. Let's do one more. So we've done like 5 or so. Now we're doing circles the other way, so we're pressing our knees forward, then we're opening them, pulling them towards our chest, bringing them back together, and doing a few circles like so. If that doesn't feel nice to you, then don't do it. It's your yoga practice, I'm just giving you suggestions for what you could do. And one more. Coming to stillness, maybe giving ourselves another hug, pulling our knees into our body, and placing the soles of our feet on the ground. So we can do a bridge pose, but I think today it would be quite nice if we did a really gentle passive bridge. So for that, the blocks will come in well. If you just want to have a quick look, so you lift your hips up, and you place the blocks under your hips, sort of where just like sort of between bum and lower back, where the bony bit of your lower back is. You can either place one block there, or you can place 2 blocks on top if you have them, or you could just bring up one block on the sort of thinner edge. And just come wherever's comfortable. Just lie here for a few breaths in this passive pose. Your knees are hip width apart, knees pointing forward. Feet firmly on the ground, arms are alongside your body palms are facing up, and you can close your eyes here. Let's prepare for the end of our yoga session, slowing down movement, slowing down breath. So this pose has pretty much the same benefits that our standard bridge has. We're obviously not tensing our muscles as much, but the little inversion still happening. I think it's just a delicious pose, just lying, sometimes just lying in a little bit of supportive position is beautiful. Could even use a couple of cushions, just lie like this. Gently getting ready to lift your hips, grab that block and take it out, and then slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Lovely. Really nice. We're going to, if you have two blocks, you can place them either side of your body, sort of at hip width. And we're going to do a little eagle leg practice in lying down, which sometimes actually helps getting your feet properly into the eagle leg. So we're lifting both our legs off the ground, bringing them at the knees over our hips. We're going to cross our right leg over the right thigh, over the left thigh. And now we're going to see, and now you can help a little bit, and that's where it helps lying down. See if we can tuck the right toes behind the sort of calf of the left, so that the right toes are poking out on the other side. As we're lying, because you can sort of shimmy around a little bit more and you don't have to worry about falling over. You get into this pose more easily than you might do when you do it standing as a balance. Breathing here. What you now could do, if you have your block to the left of your left of your hip, you can fold over and rest maybe your thighs on there and come into an additional twist here. So the right leg crossed over and we're folding over to the left. Bring your arms to shoulder level, palms facing up. And if you want, you can look over to the right side. So in the opposite direction of where your legs are. Really nice. If that doesn't feel good with the double crossing of the legs, then just let go of the foot behind the calf, or you could even, if you're in this twist, you can just bring your legs to lie on top of each other. Whatever feels good to you. Try to keep both shoulders somewhat in touch with the mat. Just that the right shoulder is just touching and not hovering too far off. If it is hovering, then just take a little bit of the twist out, bring our legs a bit more upright. Alright, let's bring our legs back into center. And we're going to unwrap our legs. And now we're going to cross our left thigh over the right and see if we can tuck the left toes behind the right calf. If you can't, that's okay. I'm finding that a lot harder. Again, it's a nice way of getting to know your body and getting to know, okay, I'm finding that a bit difficult. Maybe I need to, in quotation marks, work on that a bit more. Maybe I'll try and do a few more hip openers. All right, wherever you are, let's just bring our legs over to the right side now. Again, arms at shoulder level, palms facing up and looking over to the left. Gently, gently. Breathing here, untucking the toe, or if it slides away from behind the calf, that's totally fine. Let your body relax. Again, trying to have both shoulders in a little contact with the mat. Have left shoulder still on the mat, if possible. Alright, the next inhale, let's bring our legs back into center, uncross. Give yourself a nice hug. And if you need any other stretches, like a happy baby, where you grab your calves or your ankles or your feet, and pull your knees towards your shoulders and lie with armpits and lie with nice wide legs if that feels good. Just hugging your knees and rocking from side to side if you want, or just coming straight into our Shavasana, our corpse pose for a final relaxation. Corpse pose for Shavasana. Your legs are mat to hip width apart, your feet are falling out. Your arms are by the side of your body. If you still have your blocks there, maybe moving them a little, about 3 inches, 15 centimeters away from your hips. You place your hands, palms facing up, shoulder blades maybe a little together so that your chest is open. Chin tucked a tiny bit for a nice flat back. Eyes closed, your face is relaxed, no holding of any tensions. Breathing in and out through the nose, slowly but in your own rhythm. Feeling your body move with the breath. Feeling the contact you have to the ground. Your glutes are pressing into the ground and your thighs, warm and soft now. Your knees are relaxed, have a break from all those twists and standing poses. Calves are lying on the ground, more onto the outer side, the weight of the calf pressing heavily into the ground. Your feet are slightly flopped out, relaxed, toes are curling in a little bit, soft and doing nothing. Your glutes, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet, and all your 10 toes, or however many toes you have, are fully relaxed and soft. Your lower back is just hovering off the ground. Your abdomen is moving gently with every in-breath and out-breath. Your middle back and upper back pressing heavily into the ground, the weight of the whole torso pushing down. Your ribs moving, your chest is moving with every breath, like leaves on a tree in the wind. Your shoulders are relaxed, not holding any tension, carrying any weight. Shoulder blades pressing onto the mat. Your upper arms are lying heavy on the ground. Your elbows, your lower arms. Back of your hands relaxed on the ground. Your fingers slightly curled in. Your lower back, your abdomen, your chest, upper back, shoulder blades, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands and fingers are all soft, relaxed and smooth. Your neck is gently just hovering over the ground, so grateful it doesn't have to carry the weight of your head. The back of your head is heavy on the mat. Crown of your head lying free. The forehead smooth, no tension, trying to read, understand, argue. Just smooth, at peace. Your eyes sinking into the eye sockets. All the muscles around your eyes are relaxed. Your nose is relaxed. Feel cold air rushing in through your nostrils on the inhale. And the warm air gently flowing out on the exhale. Your jaw is relaxed. The teeth are slightly separated. The tongue just lying in your mouth. Your neck, your head, forehead, eyes, jaw, nose and eyes are all relaxed and smooth. Your entire body is relaxed. Slowly bring awareness back into your body. Move your ankles, your hands, your wrists, toes and fingers. Bring your arms overhead. Bring your feet together and have a full body stretch. Really stretch, 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 stretch. Make yourself tall. And release. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your arms around and then maybe rock from side to side, massaging your lower back again. And when you're ready, drop your knees to the right side. Bring your head onto your right upper arm as a bit of a pillow and lie here in this fetal position for a moment. When you're ready to get up, place your left hand in front of your face, gently pressing into the left hand, come up into a nice seated position. Sitting again, an easy cross-legged. Bring your hands on the back of our knees, just have one breath here. One more breath. Maybe sigh on the exhale. So that one more time. Bring your hands into a prayer if you want, if that feels good. Bring your thumbs to the third eye, the space between your eyebrows for clear and kind thoughts. Thumbs to your throat for clear and kind words. Thumbs to your heart center for clear and kind feelings for others and yourself. Take a bow for gratitude to the practice of yoga and gratitude to yourself for moving today. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you had fun.